What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another deck tech. This is my blue-white YOSEI VAT deck. I think the origins of this deck. This is actually one of my most winningest decks of all time, the archetypes at least. This started all the way back. I want to say season 9. Records. Well, season 9 was the YOSEI VAT season, but it even started before that. 7? I did my research first. Yeah, season 7 was the first time I actually put together the fact that what if I just copy YOSEI a bunch. Actually never won a tournament that season with this deck. I don't think I even won a tournament at all that season. I won one tournament. But it wasn't until season 9 when it kind of came back, and it came in full force. I don't know, I won like 4 tournaments with this deck. It's like 5. Wait, 4. 4 tournaments. And it's super strong. I just really love copying YOSEI over and over. So, and now we're back here, season 16, with a new version. And it takes a bit of the little pieces from season 7, little pieces from season 9, smash them together, and with a couple of new flares from this season. So let's talk about it. Going for lands, 6 dual lands, and island swamps. The blue-white sort of split is pretty close, so they're pretty much even on lands here. And then 2 little encroaching wastes. I don't know if they're even going to be good. They can slow down like posts a bit, and I think that's it, really. I think it's only like dual lands I really care about. The early drops here, Irration Cleric. I don't have Lone Missionary anymore, so I like Irration Cleric. It does block actually pretty well as a 1/3. Eldrazi's Sky Spawner is pretty good, also kind of stalling the game out. A big deal, I think, a big concept of the deck originally was getting to 5 mana as quickly as you can. So Sky Spawner helps you go from like 3 to 5. There's no Calciform pools in the format, so it's really sad. So going to be a bit slower of a deck. But instead of like Cloudblazer, you do have Elite Guard Mage, so that kind of helps you kind of bridge the gap. Cloudblazer has its own strengths, but Elite Guard Mage is just as good. You get 1 more life, 1 less card, but you get a 2/3 body, so again, 3 toughness is, I think, a pretty good number. Limiting Intent, not only just a mono red hoser, but just in general can lock out smaller decks. If you like Mirror Mockery of Lavinia, they just kind of get locked out of the game, honestly. If they have like a deck with like 4 or CMC or less, you know. And YOSEI, of course, YOSEI is kind of like the namesake of the deck. It does help you like win the game, or just like close out the game when you're about to win. Not always necessary in every game, but sometimes it is just really strong. It's the strongest card to put Mirror Mockery on, which will copy creature when it attacks. So, I mean, if you've ever seen the combo, you just cast a YOSEI and put a Mirror Mockery on it, and then you attack, and then the copy will come on. You keep the YOSEI with the Mirror Mockery on it. The old token will die, which will trigger the death trigger of the YOSEI, and then you just tap 5 their permanents down, and then you just keep doing that over and over, and the game will eventually end. But there are other ways to copy YOSEI, obviously. Vizier of Many Faces will also copy a YOSEI, or any creature also on the battlefield. Vizier is one of the better cards to put on Mimic Vat, which is another way of kind of like creating a bunch of copies. Sometimes you can just like have a YOSEI out and copy it with Vizier, and then put it on the Mimic Vat. Or if you make a copy with that Mirror Mockery or Cackling Counterpart, you can put the original YOSEI onto the Mimic Vat, and then you have this copied YOSEI, and all of a sudden you have this 3 mana lock you out of the game sort of scenario. So Cackling Counterpart, the only instant speed way of kind of copying spells. It's a really just strong spell. You can do it at the end of someone's turn, and force people's hands, honestly. So there's a lot of like little tricks that you can kind of figure out here. Anticipate, Fact or Fiction, kind of the card drawing spells and toys. No one likes Anticipate. Some people just usually use Shimmer, but I like instant speed spells, so Anticipate gets it for me. It's really weird to have instant speed spells when I don't really play counter spells. I really don't. I don't feel a need to play counter spells, I guess, in this list. I mean, there are obviously really strong ones. I think at the time of this deck, there wasn't really great ones. Mana Leak, but we have Mana Leak, Memory Lapse, and things like that. I've never seen this as a control deck. It's weird. It's a weird, like, mid-range sort of like lockout shell. I have to deal with the board, honestly. Planar Outburst is a great way of dealing with the board. Finally, 5 mana Rastropaths back. Some people like Fumigate or in this slot, but I like Planar Outburst. It's actually an alternate win condition. I have awakened my lands before and killed people with it. That is something you can do, so I will take that. And a single Gideon Jura, also another way of like kind of fogging the board. Also a win condition on its own. I learned in the rotation video, which is now up on my YouTube, is that you can actually put this on a Mimic Vat. It's actually really funny. If you somehow copy it as a creature with Cackling Counterpart, You can put like Gideon Juras on Mimic Vats, and it's actually really funny. Because Mimic Vat doesn't care if it's a creature or not; it just cares that the copy is exiled. So you can make Planeswalker tokens. Isn't that great? Sideboard's kind of a mishmash of stuff. Extra cleric for like aggro decks. Ivory Mask could be okay against mono red, but it's also really good against Storm, things like that. Seal Cleansing, Vanishing Light, just kind of like catch-alls to sort of like deal with artifacts. Parallax Wave for extra aggro decks. I have a lot of like uh combo hate in my deck, so I have like Summary Dismissal, Deafening Silence are good for like Storm or Hypergenesis, which I mean, not many people play Hypergenesis, just me really, but you never know. I think those decks are actually pretty good. Dovin's Veto, just no thank you against the sort of other control decks. Then Soul Guide's Lantern for my Graveyard Hate. Actually really good against the aggro slide deck, because Zenith Flare is one of the biggest cards to deal with, which also Iron Mask helps out with, so Soul Guide Lantern can help out with that. So I'm going to play in a tournament today, so it should be the full tournament. The full tournament will be recorded as usual, so check the timestamps in the description below if you want to skip to any matches, and see what we got here. Alright, round one with the Penny Dreadful YOSEI VAT deck. I'm going to play. I'm going to keep this. No blue mana, that's not good. I got the mulligan this. No blue mana, it's not good. Might have the mulligan this. Kind of the bane of the deck, where it's the mana base is like literally split. Maybe I should play more dual land. Let's go to 5. Alright, this is fine. This. I don't know what I'm playing against. Oh wait, it's Merpatty. They're playing the quest deck. Okay, this might be a little rough. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna take the Outburst. Hopefully it's enough. Did they also multiply? I didn't even notice. Oh, they went to 4. Okay, well, mull for a mull. Thank goodness. I didn't even pay attention to that. I was just looking at my own. Inquisitive Puppet. Well, luckily I have a Factor Fiction to kind of like bounce me back, so it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, the question is, do I just planar Outburst when I don't have any? They have a lot of creatures, or do I wait for the Jetum Armored? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the answer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the Guard Mage. It's fine. Okay. Well, I can tackling counterpart this Elite Guard Mage to great effect. In there. I may just Factor Fiction, just try to find a YOSEI and just end this game. Ending the game would be pretty good. Wow, what's in their hand? No attack. Okay, well, the turn Factor Fiction. You know the rest. Not really. Mirror Mockery, man. Not the greatest Mirror Mockery right now. It could be good though. It could be good eventually. Oh, the 4-1. The respect. The infinite respect for Mirror Mockery. Of course I take the 4. I'm not really worried about like an Argenum armor at this point. Like I might get hit for stuff. I might lose a land or a creature, but I'm playing the war here. Scrying isn't that bad, honestly. My opponent did not have a lot of stuff, but I did, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, Seal of Cleansing seems pretty great. Banishing Light seems alright. Parallax Wave seems pretty great. Let's say just non-creature spells, right? Okay. Maybe a Ration Cleric. They kind of block early. I think that's some of my later stuff. We don't need like a ton of Yoseis to win. Lavinia is pretty great in this matchup. Let's see. Save some stuff. I can go down to like one VAT. Fine. Play this like just play this like mid-range game. I call it as a control deck, but I don't really think it's I really don't know sometimes. I'll keep this. A little slow, but this might be okay. Keep a Banishing Light. Alright, turn on quest as usual. If I can get to turn 3 without an Argenum armor out, I think I can just get the quests. Wow, it's ooh, okay. So pro white. We're digging deep here. We're digging deep. Empty Shrine Kanushi. Love it. Love it. A lot of lands. Okay, no Diarunis here. Okay. Okay. Alright, a free creature would be really bad. Okay. Okay. Stop saying okay. Great. Awesome. Dope. Sweet. I can deal with a bunch of 1/1s. I can totally deal with a bunch of 1/1s. Alright. Meet this at that. Do love the overextension. I appreciate this very much. I might have to Vizier to block? No. This is 6. The only way I get punished is if I as if they have to play an Honor to the Pure. And then I go to 3. Okay. Overextend for me. Please overextend for me. I mean, they get this, but the one time I wish this was Fumigate, but broiler creatures. We have a cat. Or what is it, a human? You leave behind a human. You can definitely just make a token of the human and block it too, which is really funny. Sure. Okay. It's not bad. I mean, I can see their plan. Sure. Okay. A Ration Cleric. Good man. May as well just make a copy of a Ration Cleric. This is too much. No, I didn't even do the thing. I didn't even do the thing. Alright, round 2 of the Pain Dreadful Blue-White YOSEI VAT deck. I'll keep this hand. It's actually pretty good if my opponent's playing an aggressive deck. I mean, early on in the season, I think people will tend to play aggressive decks. They're just easy to play. They can stomp on like unfinished brews, so I like this. The mere Dismal Backwater does not say aggressive to me. Guess we'll just cast this guy anyway. Ooh, Storming. Uh-oh. Well, I'm at 24, so maybe my life total is high enough for this. Turn 2, Prime Limit is pretty good. One of the reasons I really like Dark Ritual in these lists. Someone told me that Dark Ritual is not necessary in Storm. I almost spit out my coffee. That's why you want Dark Ritual, so you can play your best card. One of your best cards. I don't know if I feel about Scour in these lists, but I guess I'll give my thoughts on the next deck. I mean, it's pretty good. It does have flashback, but really high flashback cost. Try to fix something. Ways of TOing. So let me not lose yet. Wait a minute. Right, I didn't die. That's good. The only thing I can do really is to try to put a lot of pressure on the board. Really, they're looking for like a frantic search and just some free spells to start getting themselves going. I didn't have to play that. I could play the tap land. It just matters at this. I bring silences. They're in my sideboard. I do have Stormhate in my sideboard. Like the Anticipate art? I've never seen it. Ikoria. Oh, nice. Well, I'm too cheap to buy new ones, so. Is it a dragon? It's probably some sort of dragon. It is Ikoria land after all. Big monsters. Kaiju, dragons. Okay, this amulet will be flipping. Let's see if I'm dead. I could be dead. They need to make some mana. They don't really have a lot. Frantic Search would make a lot of mana here. Would untap the Primal Wellspring. Alright, let me find something to lock out my opponent with. Kill them. That great. Random. Lavinia doesn't really do much. It does put pressure on the board, though. But I think if my opponent untaps with like 6 cards in their hand, I think I'm gonna die. So let's just hope for the best here. Plays Lavinia, my F6 twice, and then I'm gonna let the fireworks start. The Maddox next turn is lethal, so I mean they could like baby storm off and maybe get a couple extra life. They do get 2 extra storm. I do have a bunch of life here. Double anticipate. I like F6ing better. Why would I want to click if I don't need to click? Alright, let's see what happens. I should be dead. By all... Ooh. If they just play this and block, that'd be really funny. I should be dead. They've gotten so much time here. Well, I have 6 for my turn, and I have 6 for their turn. That's what I mean. But thank you for your concern about my presses per minute. Alright, double turnabout will make a ton of mana. I'm making black mana. I think I want a ton of blue mana. What blue mana you can get. You'll eventually have black mana. They're probably just not even thinking about it. The game's so out of control. The game's so out of control at this point. Dark Ritual. I'm gonna look at my phone while my friend is texting me about things. Alright, Frantic Surge copied. I'd be surprised if I wasn't dead, but there has to be a Mind's Desire somewhere here. Yeah, they're drawing more cards. Trying to figure out if Deep Analysis is better than other cards. I guess that's pretty good in your graveyard. One versus the clock. They don't need that much clock, honestly. It doesn't really take that long to storm off. Kind of pouring it on at this point. If they didn't hit a Mind's Desire, I'd be really surprised. If you have 4 in your deck, it's pretty good. It's an impressive amount of mana. More turnabouts. What if they... At this point, it could be, like, fireballed, I guess. Or they can... I guess they could, like, Brain Geyser me to death at this point. It'd be really funny. Imagine if they played Brain Geyser. Oh, they're still digging. They tapped all their lands. I mean, I guess you want to untap this guy a lot. I don't think you have to tap all your lands here, but mana is not your issue anymore. Your issue is killing me, I guess. But if I'm not dead, they discarded the Mind's Desire. Very strong. They float a bunch more mana. Right, there's a Tendrils. I am at 24. So let's see if they got the correct amount of copies. Or they're playing a second Tendrils. 10 is 20, but then 11 is 22. So gonna be at 2. So hopefully they have the other Tendrils or something. Okay. I mean, their last card better be something good, right? And they could have easily like squeezed out. No, they could have squeezed out like a Scour here, 2 Scours here. They could have easily just killed me on the stack here, but the merciful gods they are, they've decided to just kind of let me live. But look at all his mana and like look at all when you're playing these storm decks, you got to be aware of everything that's happening here. Look how much like wasted potential that happened. Because what if they have nothing? What if they don't have a Mind's Desire? Or they should, or another Tendrils. 2. I guess they have double Tendrils, but they could have just done it with 1. Alright, there's a big Mind's Desire. Alright, it's only 12. They could whiff. It's really only 12. They could easily whiff this. Well, they did it wrong, I think. Okay, there's an acquisition. Oh, the Mind's Desire. They could totally like draw their deck here. So my only hope is that they only have 1 Tendrils in their deck. Alright, choose a card you own from outside the game. Put it in your hand. One in the sideboard, yeah. Could be true. Alright, there we go. There it is. Although they could have just done it before without all that. They had the Scours, they had so much mana. Well, game 2. Alright. Bring in all this stuff. I don't really like Soul Guy Lantern in this matchup. I could bring in Seals. It could be okay. My plan is still to lock them out with YOSEI, so. Although I have less creatures, so I guess these Mirror Mockers are not as good. I do like getting as a win condition, but it's a bit slow. That's weird with 13 cards. Only 13 creatures, but that should be enough. Maybe I want more win condition. My plan is just to try to lock them out while just doing a bunch of nonsense things. Banish over Seal? Maybe. They did play Night Familiar, but I'm very locked it in. This is fine. I'll keep it. I have to turn one silence, but actually I might just turn one silence. I don't have to play the turn three Sky Map. Sky Spawner. Ah! They're all just yelling, no! Don't do it! Although, I imagine my opponent will have an answer to this. Some people play Murring Mystic, and things like that, so... Or make repeal, they should. I like YOSEI. I guess. I could have taken something else, but I think it's fine. Watch his like next familiar just kill me. That'd be really funny. Beatdowns. I have actually attacked for 20 in a storm deck with 19 familiars. It was not recorded, but it's a true story. I really did it. I did it once. A true story. I really did it. You just have to believe me. It was against a near-death experience deck. Nice. 2 mana Murder Mystic. I'll block. Bring it. I'll block. I'll do it. I'm a crazy guy. I'll do it. Kind of want to keep doing vetoes up. I don't know. That it could be. No, that's kind of counterproductive to like what my plan is right now, which is casting as YOSEI and then doing something about with it. Okay, third familiar, but I have a board. My board is. I'll cast a large YOSEI, and hopefully I won't get punished for it. I don't know how I can, but if there's a way for me to get punished by it, I will. Okay. Yeah, next turn though, I just get to hold this up and then start attacking or something. Maybe I just find a Mirror Mockery and the game rests me. Yeah, you got it. I love Summer Dismissal as a card. It's so tricksy. They're out of spells to cast. They've only casted one. Get the one. That's your choice. The problem with this card is that I can't protect my threat. So if they have something like a bounce spell for my guy, I cast like a Mirror Mockery on it. Can't really protect it with a counter. I can just hold that up. I want to get in. Get in here. Same thing with Factor Fiction. If I have to counter a spell, then I can't actually got it. Frantic Search? Yes. Kind of card disadvantage at this point. They try to go wide on me, but I don't think that's gonna work out. I don't anticipate that working. Alright. They've been double turnabout. Oh, I like this attack. Blocking two of these, so one of them dies. I actually don't care about my try spawners. They could just die to this Factor Fiction here. Let's see. If I find a Mirror Mockery, the game is... Unless they have a counter spell for it, and then I couldn't really respond to it. They let both of them go. That can't be right. You could have easily got an easy regen and still anticipated. Unless they have a fourth, like, creature to play. You can still play creatures under this, and just can't play non-creature spells. That can't be right at all. Okay. Factor Fiction. That's not the greatest flip in the world. I would love a land. But let's see, help up, hold up Dovin's veto, which is pretty great. I can still draw the Mirror Mockery. It's a great effect. Ooh, Vizier is pretty good. I'll just like hang out for a bit. Cool thing about Vizier is that it is a creature, so I can actually cast another spell after it. Vizier is a really good draw. Can't beat the rest out of my hand either. Maybe I should have attacked so I could bait them to like tap out all their creatures. I could have just attacked, honestly. Yeah, I should have attacked, because I don't care about the crackback here, and I want them to tap all their creatures. Because I don't know how well I'm going to lock them out. Yeah, I should have attacked. Who on me? Keep this, say. Um, just tap all their land. It seems like the most appropriate thing to do at this point. I'm wondering if I get in with the guard mage. They put three in front of here. I kill two things. Should have attacked last turn. That was really bad. Yeah, they're taking the 5. They're just helping me out here. Yeah, because they get him in at 7, and then like 2, and then the game gets like really hard for them to win. But I have to do chain off a couple spells. Ooh, that's the wrong thing to do, I think. Vizier does have Embalm here. It just gives me more time to draw something, like a Mirror Mockery, I guess. Okay, now the game's over. Ooh, they have a counterspell for this. That's not good. Okay. I guess the game's not over. I could have probably played that wrong. I could have just done this. Alright, I was a little hasty there. That was my bad. I played that pretty bad. I did play that bad. I could have just tapped them out, and they couldn't have done anything about that. I couldn't counter it back because it was my one spell for the turn. Yeah, that was pretty bad. It's been a while. Okay, I could just still draw something. That was pretty bad. Also, I missed that attack turn before, so now it's like... That was pretty bad. That was really bad. The game's not over. Foot and mouse syndrome. I guess I could still cast a single spell every turn and still kind of just like deal with all this. I could still just like not die to this YOSEI. Yeah, this game's going on a lot longer. Oh, so bad. It was my last like creature too, so I can't even protect it. The Dovin's veto. So my own Deafling Silence is kind of killing me. I might just lose with my aggression here, but fine. I think I'm still fine for like one more good attack. I still have to protect this Deafening Silence. Really sad. Part of me wanted to Part of me wanted to dismissal the whole thing, but I don't think I'm in that point where I would need to dismissal something. I guess I could still hold like more negates. That'd be kind of annoying. Man, that was really bad. I think it could like float into mana, but the game was just over. The game was just over with that Mirror Mockery. Like not chump a flyer here. They just let it go. That card has text. This card has text. You can regenerate this. You're not doing anything else with your mana. That's why I blocked. It's exactly why I blocked. I was like, I know they don't know or something. Okay, I have to hold back now. I can't just like keep taking damage. They have like infinite amounts of spells to cast. They still have another like scour. Their whole deck is just spells. This hold back here just holds back the Murmuring Mystic. Have time for game 3 of this phase? Probably not. But if I get to a game 3, I might lose this. Um, part of me really wants to dismissal this. I don't want to get overrun by like tokens. I need to like lower. I need to keep my life total pretty high. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna dismiss. That negate really got me. It definitely got me. Yeah, they're definitely like up. I feel like they're up. They have like another negate for my like copying effects. It's gonna be really. I can definitely like not lose this game, but they need to win. They definitely need to beat me. They're gonna time out. That's the problem. That like I'm not the one using all the clock. They're the one using the clock. They took a really long game one turn, and that's why I'm telling you. And they didn't have to like cast that Mind's Desire. They could have easily have just like done nothing. They could have easily cast an extra spell out of the graveyard and killed me on that stack. But because they like wasted so much more time, like doing things, it all adds up. Magic Online is a chess clock. Can't like you can't underestimate that. I might be dead though to like a bounce spell. Like, yeah, I can't counter that. That's a little unfortunate. Calging Cogger will be a game if they have unless they have a negate. I can't negate it back to this thing. Because my own Deafening Silence. I'm drawing a lot of lands. I did had a familiar, I know, right? But they didn't let anyone regenerate. You can wait till you try to make a person spell. That's true. Alright, it's a duress. I'm just gonna negate. I'm just gonna counter this because it's gonna go away anyway. They've already done the one. They had the one already. They've already used it. Hmm. Let me do this on my turn. Oh. Maybe we should have done it on their turn. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to cast a creature. Let's see. I might be dead. I'm almost dead. Let's see. They have to attack with everyone. Wow, they have all the alternate kill conditions here. I think I'm still dead, even with like. Well, let me think. They have to have a non-negate. I can still draw a cocking counterpart to win this game. I can actually still win this, especially since they're attacking me now. I can easily still win this game. Yeah, just because they're attacking, I can definitely win this now. Maybe I should have kept that guy alive. Actually, I should have kept that guy alive. Man, I'm making so many mistakes here. I can draw a cackling counterpart here. Okay. I won. I played this so bad. I actually really played bad here. Yeah, I played this like pretty terribly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, round 3 with the Painter for Blue White YOSEI deck. I'll play better this game, I promise. I swear I'll play better. Sure. Keep this. Ooh, maybe they're playing mono red. Maybe a Ration Cleric is great here. Time will tell. This is a bit better than the Low Missionary. I mean, Low Missionary getting an extra life, so I think 4 is greater than 3, obviously. But being a 1-3 is pretty good too. Ooh, Talisman of Creativity. Maybe it's something different. Chaining my Ration Cleric. So maybe a different sort of look to a red deck. Tectonic Giant. I can't deal with that right now. I will play the Skies. I won't get the Sky Spawn. Oh. I should have taken a land. I think I have enough like stuff going on. This is due. Okay. When it attacks her, it becomes a target spell. Do 3 damage to each opponent. Okay. So draws cards or domes me. See what they choose first before I decide what to do. They're doming. I'll just take it. Even Kieran Alar. I do like Pia. A lot of 4-drops in his deck. They could just throw a guy here. I think I'll play the Sky Spawner. I can still anticipate, so I can still like draw a card here. So it's not like the end of the world right now. I want to keep this guy alive so I can get 6 mana for a Yosei, and then maybe start just casting other Yoseis. As long as I stay alive, I feel pretty favored in this matchup. I just need to stay alive to like do this. Slagstorm creatures. Um. Okay, it's tough. Looks like more of like a medium red or a mid-range red, or they're gonna throw a guy at me. It's acceptable. This is all acceptable. I'm gonna take this land. Chonky red. Alright, we'll take 6. We'll play this Yosei. Great thing about Yosei is if it dies, I still get value out of the death. It's death. This just blocks too. It's pretty great. You need to get exiled. No, no, people are playing exile stuff now. August is up. Red Sun Zenith. The exiles! Why? Why do I say the things and they happen? Alright, I'm in danger of getting burned out here. I guess I could play a lot of things this turn. Yeah, I want to gain some life, so I'm gonna do that. Do exactly that. I could just double. Ooh, Gideon's a nice one. I can't get domed with a with a red Sun Zenith. I'll definitely encourage his double block. Oh, okay, I'll still block. I'm still gonna block. I'll probably just like Gideon, kill this. They might draw a card. I would draw cards here. Okay, never mind. Face. It's Kaliok. I'm sorry, I knew they're going face here. I'm sorry, I forgot to just go face. Okay. Try to wrap this up. Um, can't let him draw cards here, so gotta kill that. Okay. Pretty good. They're going again face. Okay, go plus this. It depends on what my opponent draws. I could draw a big red sun zenith again. We'll let the Gideon take two. Okay. Okay, I feel like the game is wrapped up. I have to tap all their creatures with this. Fortunately, so they do get... Oh, actually, I do have a Gideon here. The Gideon is going to come in. Gonna fling something at me. I have the cat covers my side or my graveyard too. So they have one land to do something. If I get hit for 4 damage somehow, I mean, shouts to you. You got it. Okay. Zenith would be very similar. Okay. So gotta been a mid-range red deck. Still, I think it's sideboard in the same way. Do like waves. Like Banishing Light. How about Dovin's Veto? I'm not really sure about that. I like Lavinia. I do like the Pearl Red person against Mono Red. I never know how to sideboard with this deck. I just kind of shave things and hope it works out. 2-factor fiction. Oh, a 4 is going on. I one more? Okay. Good, I guess. A slowish hand, but their deck is a lot slower than most other decks. I am going to try it. So, that being said, I will try this. They're going to 5. It's a bit unfortunate. Even on a mull to 5, I'd be really afraid. Gosh, that's a lot of land. A mull to 5 against a typical mono red deck, I would be really afraid. The mid-range red, I'm not really sure. This guy might get in for a bunch, though. Love to draw a cleric here. Oh, okay. Gotta keep him guessing. Gotta bluff this mana leak. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, this is one way to lose. I did keep this hand. I mean, I kept this 5-lander. Red Statuary. How dare you? My savior. Might just chump this. I don't want it to grow anymore. But they could just chain it. Yeah, I'm blocking. Chumping this. It's gonna be funny when I draw a cackling counterpart. Okay, I do another guard mage. Okay, there is the counterpart. The aforementioned counterpart. I'm just gonna chump again. They could have Red Sun Zenith though, so I'll just take it. I don't know. I'll take this one and see what happens. I think they're holding. Okay, there's another YOSEI. Might need the chump. You might just Red Sun Zenith this. That'd be pretty crazy. Wow, they have a lot of lands too. Flagstorm creatures, sure. You know, I'm gonna block. I'm gonna block because I have another YOSEI in my hand. It just bogs them for a turn. I need some time to think. I do need some time to think here. There's a Mimic VAT. Alright, the game should be over with the Mimic VAT. I can show you why. I play the Mimic VAT, I copy this, I put the original YOSEI in the Mimic VAT, and then I get infinite copies of that effect. Right. I'm gonna attack first. I'm gonna keep the copy. Keep the copy. Here. Tap this. Do that. Right. That's it. There shouldn't be another game. Chain themselves. Alright, and that's it. They drew a lot of lands, but so did I. So it kind of, I guess they also mulligan, so I don't know how to feel with that. We'll take those! We take those. Alright, round 4 with our Penny Dreadful Blue-White YOSEI deck. I will keep this hand. I just need lands and to not die. That should be good. Gates, huh? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh. I'm only worried about the fast starts with the big old creatures. And maybe like a negate here and there. I forgot to anticipate. I just completely forgot. I was just talking and not thinking. So let me anticipate next time. Lavinia actually survives. I'll take the Sky Spawner here. Lavinia actually survives Gates of Blaze. It's really funny. I'll draw the Sky Spawner. Sky Spawner really good at just kind of ramping. Go to like 3 to 5 with the Eldrazi Scion token. Acceptable. As long as I get to slam this YOSEI, I don't mind. I don't mind them drawing a bunch of cards. In fact, all the tap lands are really bad for them. Right. Attack with all these guys. Play a YOSEI. Turn 5 YOSEI, pretty great. Even if the Gates of Blaze, I still get another turn out of this. Gates Blaze would be really funny. They would just get tapped out. O-Ring. Okay, that's a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I guess I have no permanent answers to dealing with things like this. Like I don't have ways to like bouncing that or anything in my main deck. I'm kind of missing cards like I could encroaching waste them. I might do that. Anyways, I'm missing cards like a the heck's that card's name? Riftwing Cloudscape. That's a card I'm really missing out this. I really miss that card. I haven't really thought of a replacement for that yet. Right, I'm going to detain their Guild Summit, which doesn't really matter. The fact that it is pro-red, so it does block a bunch. Lavinia does stop the Gatebreaker Rams in this matchup, so it's really funny. If I put a Mirror Mockery on it, it will just continually detain it. Or Tasar. I can actually detain the Cortisar too over and over with the Mirror Mockery. I might do it. No, I can just push through. It's not really a big deal. Okay, another Guild Summit. Getting a little out of hand. I need to end the game sooner than later. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Alright. Mirror Mockery on my Lavinia. Okay, just gonna make a copy of my guy. I will not yield it. I'll choose one to keep. I'll choose this one. But that means it just can't block or use your activated abilities. Alright, exile tokens. So even a Gate to Blaze doesn't really stop this. A big Colossus would. So I would have to find answers to that. Okay. Another O-Ring would be pretty good against the Lavinia. That's for sure. Type something. One. I mean, they're drawing a bunch of cards. Like, a Gate Colossus would be pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, Gates Ablaze. Lavinia lives, though. But it does, like, kind of, like, stop the bleeding a little bit. Okay, there is the aforementioned Colossus. I gotta deal with that somehow. It's not the answer. This might be a loss. Just because they've drawn so many extra cards. They can kind of just do some things here. The O-Ring on the YOSEI is a bit annoying. Alright, Wander actually might steal it here. I do get to exile my guy. Wander is pretty good against YOSEI, I have to mention that. I do have to say. Alright, so only like... Planar outputs are pretty good here. I can actually attack the Wander with the land token. Pouring it on here. I'm not gonna destroy the land, I'm just gonna F6 it. Alright. That wasn't it. Okay, let's see here. They're playing Kopala. I felt like we talked about Kopala. Alright, where was I? I like these cards. Seals, Vanishing Lights. I might play Dovin's Veto, I'm not really sure. Summer Dismissal seems fine. It's just like a random counterspell that I kind of need. I kind of want two of these. I should wish I didn't play a third Veto. Um, as fun as Lavinia was, maybe I don't really need it. I don't know. It's really good at detaining the Rams and making sure that I can kind of get stuff through. I don't know how good Gideon is in this matchup. I think it just like dies everything. I think I'm just gonna cut the Gideon. Or like an anti-aggro thing. This is a weird mid-range control deck. I really like everything else in my deck, though. It's weird to bring a wave in this matchup, but I think it's just good enough. Like shave random cards. I guess I don't need all these outbursts. Maybe I don't need any outbursts. Maybe I don't even need wave. Yeah, maybe I just don't even need waves, honestly. I just need to draw outbursts at a reasonable time. I'll play one. Okay. Maybe I just don't even need waves. I just didn't draw an outburst. Really true. Okay, let's try this. Ugh. It's really slow. I'm gonna try it. Maybe I just draw out of this. I just hit a bunch of lands. I think I'll be fine. Hopefully my opponent just has a really awkward start. One thing this deck doesn't have is like mana leak, so I can't like really bridge the gap between the early and the late game. I think like when I initially built this deck, they didn't have good 2 mana counter spells, so I just like didn't bother to play them. I don't know if I play them this list though. I'm not really sure. It's probably Growth Spiral, sure. Come on, land. One time land. Oh, it's so rough. It was like the one time I want to draw land. The one time I always want to draw lands right here. This. Okay. Okay, there is the land. It's just tapped. We got so much stuff going on. Um, They're still not doing anything though, so it's not bad. Not a bad scenario yet. As long as I'm not dead, the game can continue on. I need to draw like, lands and stuff. Sure. You do you. You do you over there. You just do you over there. Sure. I think I'm just gonna play a guard mage. It takes me one step closer to casting as YOSEI. I can take the 8. I can take 1/8 right now. The way they've played, they might just like dump their hand next turn and I cast this outburst. I don't know. But they might have like a negate or a mana leak, which would be really annoying. That should be like incredibly annoying to get negated here. But they've drawn half their deck so far. Yeah, I can't imagine this thing resolving, but I'm gonna give it the college try here. They got so far ahead, and I missed the land drop. Oh, that's so rough. I think we've been getting his deck so much crap for coming to the season, but it's doing something. It's definitely doing stuff here. When you draw half your deck, I think your deck should do something. Alright, you got it. You know what? You got it. You got it, okay? Just chill out. Chill out. Alright, round 5 with the Penny Dreadful YOSEI VAT deck. A little outside the top 8. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but we'll see what happens. Just try to win. Close it out. I'll keep this hand. Good luck. I'll take a look back. I had a lot of really weird matches today. I've also maybe not played as optimally as I could have. First time I've played this deck in a really long time. I played one practice match. I actually don't practice a lot of the new decks. I just kind of play them. I just hope for the best. I don't know what my opponent's playing. A bunch of blue-black cards. I will play an Irration Cleric. Get the beats down. The 1/3 need beats. I do miss Low Missionary. It was a 2/1 that attacked for 2. Oh, could be playing Storm. Could be playing. Oh, maybe you control. Right? What's up resolve? That's pretty great. Yeah, my opponent could play Storm. Maybe some weird Storm variant with a Mystic Sanctuary. Frantic Surge. Maybe they're playing Storm. Double Deep Analysis. Are they going off? Maybe Double Deep Analysis themselves? How you attack them for a bunch? My game 1 against Storms are not good. Okay. Take 6, draw a bunch. They've had to guess my opponent might be playing Storm. I'm not really sure. Mystic Sanctuary is a little awkward, but I can see it good. I can see it being good when you're going off. Okay, maybe not. Okay, there's a green. Okay, I don't know. Actually, maybe I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Maybe I should just play that Mimic VAT. Have a chance. I don't know. I can tell you. Confused. I'm gonna take the land here. Okay. I still don't know what my opponent's playing. I'm not really sure. I keep going back from like Storm and some sort of mid-range deck, but is it like 4 tap lands? I don't know. It's not like super optimal here. Okay. A lot of tap lands going on. Oh, it's a bit combat stuff I'm doing. I'll take this counterpart. Great. I'm gonna jam this Factor Fiction. This will tell me a lot of like whether or not they're a deck with counter spells or not. Maybe they are. Maybe they are just a control deck that hasn't done anything to the board. I don't know. Play 2 mimic bats, I guess. It's already done. It's already happened. It's already here. We're all here already. Where were you? Where were you? You were waiting for you. Heartbeat. Heartbeat. Maybe they're playing a storm deck. Who knows? Okay. Maybe I'm dead here. I could be dead here. Okay. Kinda wish I had kept the counterpart up. Maybe I am dead. Oh, it's definitely doing a lot of things. Am I dead? No? Okay. I might be dead next turn. Be a big old Factor Fiction. No, 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 don't do that. Jesus. You have another negate? I don't know if this is a storm deck. Main deck negates don't scream storm to me. I guess they protect your combo. I guess. I'm scared. I'm scared of this turn. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, they're at 1. They're risking it for the biscuit here. Cat decided I didn't cackling counterpart my guy. Instead I played 2 mimic bats. It could mean the game for me. Okay, double heartbeat. That's a lot of mana. Could be a Mind's Desire, I guess. I guess they have to be Storm. They have to be storming off on me. Okay. A lot of mana. Yeah, there's a Mind's okay. So I guess there's like a bug storm deck with Heartbeat. I let him attack with Heartbeat, so it's not gonna be good. I feel really dead here. I'm playing main deck negates. I guess if you have just enough pieces and get enough time, I guess it's okay. The last two cards have to be like Find Desire or something, or Tendrils. Okay, it's pretty cool. The Mystic Sanctuary can put the Mind's Desire on top. They can draw a card, right? Cool. With exactly the Tendrils. Guess I'm dead. Alright, I was wanting to lose. Main deck negates, wow. I'm so confused. That really just threw me off there. That just like really threw me off. I could have to bring a Banishing Light now against this. Remember last time when I like one player outburst in? Maybe I might need one. Try this. Uh, sure. I think. I don't think his hand's super great. I do need a plane. Really nice. Yeah, plane's gonna be pretty good here. I guess green has the added advantage of like being able to deal with like stuff like deafening silence. It's normal. It's a normal sort of like deck. It's a normal thing that people would bring in against storm decks, so having green in your deck is really good. Circumvent that. Field's down just a little bit. If they play a turn 3 Heartbreed, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I was bad. Maybe it was bad on my part. I didn't even think about Heartbeat because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to seeing it or having to think about it. All right, saved. Oh, tough here. I think I'll take the seal. Seal does get rid of the Heartbeat. Kind of play it with the Sky Swanner. I'll just play the seal, I guess. Hold a veto for something. I don't know what yet. I just want to delve my land base. They played Sign in Blood. They played Sign in Blood. Wow, what a deck. It's pretty good. It does draw you 2 cards. It's got a good rate to it. Alright, I do have finally a clock, so this will threaten. This can't just threaten the opponent here. Fine. Feel very wary about tapping out for a YOSEI, but I mean, I do have the seal here. Seal wouldn't stop them from floating all their mana, though. Turning along with the Mystic Sanctuary, I get back the Shimmer, perhaps. I don't worry about turnabout too. Like counterspells aren't the end all be all of like saving my life here. Or they could just like tap me down in the turn. I want to slam this YOSEI. I think I want to get in this game. I really want to end this game. I'm really afraid of what can happen here. This is risky though. This is pretty risky. They're gonna have like a mana leak. Like it's now it's not outside the realm possible them having mana leak. Okay. But I think if they want to get something going, they're gonna need like a heartbeat. But I could be wrong. They could make a lot of mana here with like turnabouts, just like chaining which turnabouts, casting a Mind Desire. But I think next turn if I get to untap, I'm gonna win the game. They have like double veto for whatever they got going on. Okay, it looks like I'm going to untap. It looks like I'm going to win this game, hopefully. I don't know what would stop me here. Okay, I'm gonna go this. It's a nice looking annul. Wow, that's a cool looking annul. Right? Alright, take some people to realize what's happening here. The game is over. I said that last time, but the game's actually over. YOSEI. Tap down all your. I could Frantic Surge here. I'm just gonna Dovin's veto it again. Man, veto is really good. I never played this deck with like 2 mana counter spells, so maybe there's a case for actually playing counter spells in my deck. Right now I have like the Mimic VAT stuff and like the Cackling Counterpart stuff. Maybe I don't need the Mimic VAT anymore. It is a good lock piece though. So I'm just hard lock here. Am I just hard locked here? Yes, you are. You can figure it out. Yes, the answer is yes. You'll never get another untap step. That's for sure. Okay. So yeah, that being said, maybe I just don't play the Mimic Bat. It's kind of hard to pull off. Banshee doesn't seem as good. Quite honestly, maybe I'll just play the Guard Mage. Guard Mage is kind of hard to do anyway. It's a single outburst is pretty good at just triggering Yoseis. Oh, the fourth Yosei. I think I was pretty lucky that they didn't have like a bunch of turnabouts. I think like a bunch of turnabouts and like a Mind's Desire for like 4 or 5 would be pretty strong. This hand would be. This hand is almost amazing if I had 2 lands. I don't think I could depend on like this to be good, so I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this is okay too. I'll keep this. They have a nulls in their deck. Oh, man, that's kind of rough. Be a weird, weird game. They're very counter heavy. I'm gonna go for it. This will stem the bleeding just a little bit. This is gonna be a wall up game. Just gonna wall up here. Alright, they have green mana though. That is scary. That is a scary thing to see. Okay, growth spirals. Oh, no lands. Counterspell's not as good against protecting my threats as they are kind of just like stopping whatever my opponent's doing. So I could just like hold this veto to protect this deafening silence. Or I'm just gonna slam the Ivory Mask. I'm not really sure which. I think I've slammed the Ivory Mask. Another layer of protection. It could get negated, but I couldn't really stop that. Oh wow. Maybe they didn't have an answer to it. That's weird, considering they're a green deck. Right, we're here with the top 8. I did not make top 8, so I'll be on the outside looking in. The 2 people did make top 8 here. It's Depressed Duck, Charger thinks the Rock, black green mid range, and Depressed Duck is playing mono red. Still a mid range match against an aggro match. How it goes. Actually, I'm sorry. It's actually Black Green Recurring Nightmare, though I've never seen a Recurring Nightmare actually cast yet. Interestingly enough, I think we watched this match at least like 3 or 4 times during the Swiss, and I haven't seen a Recurring Nightmare. Mono red deck a little different from the traditional mono red lists. Um, main deck Curse of Scrolls. Chandra Pyromaster is also in the main deck, so that's a kind of fun card. Really good with the Chandra's Phoenix, obviously, because the Pyromaster has her Phoenix. Did he not attack with a Stromkirk Noble? They missed an attack, didn't they? Alright. The shame no attack. It's every point counts, and we're gonna see that right now. What if this 1 point matters? And every point really does matter. The Devoke Shriekmaw here is going to take out the Figure of Destiny. Shriekmaw's really good at getting stuff in your graveyard early, so you can start recurring Nightmare with some value. Alright, but turn 3 Chandra's Phoenix. Right on time. This time the Noble does come in. No fear. There's other matches going on. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So Birds of Paradise is Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library not really the best card. It doesn't really get you the cards you need. Because you don't really want to pay 4 life against a mono red deck. It's very tough. I guess you can kind of like maneuver your library a bit, so you can kind of like dig. So it's not too bad. Hello, hello. We're just in the top 8. Nope, didn't make it. But we're gonna watch the top 8. Just for the YouTubes. Hello, say hello to YouTube. Anyways, Scroll's gonna take out the Birds of Paradise, so these guys can kind of get through. Sylvan Library cannot do its thing here, but I guess it could kind of like move cards around. So, kind of a green brainstorm of sorts. Click that subscribe button, absolutely. Please subscribe to the channel. The YouTube's been doing pretty well. Everyone's been really liking it, especially some of the newer players, so it's pretty fun. Pretty good to see that everyone's enjoying the content. There's more to come. There's more decks to come, for sure. Thursday, I get a new deck, too. Right. Wall Blossoms, pretty good stoppage point for this strong portal. It's getting bigger and bigger. The no attack is relevant, absolutely. They missed one. Earthshaker Kendra, though, is going to prevent that wall from blocking. Great timing on this. And when YouTube autoplayed the last one for the second round. That's weird. If you watch it like in the playlist part, I didn't even think that was. I never thought that was a thing. But thank God I went to the long form ones. They're just better overall for views. Yeah, long form because like I would notice that like people would watch like the first and second videos of the playlist and they wouldn't watch the end of it. So at least in this way, like I couldn't tell if people aren't watching the last videos, but at least I know that the views are the videos are getting views. So it's kind of the same thing. I've done long form videos before, but I thought that like people would want to cut the videos, but then again, like I have timestamps, so all I have to do is make timestamps. Be happy. Alright, Deep Forest Hermit is gonna just gum up the ground here. The Chandra's Phoenix can get through, and a couple burn spells, and we're done. The scrolls are in itself a 2-turn clock, so. So I mean, like attack with the Phoenix, scroll them. Attack with the Phoenix, scroll them. That's the game. Garter here is gonna have to figure out a way out of this. Scroll going to the dome. I do like Curse of Scrolls a lot. Flames in a Blood Hand is the draw. So so there's gonna be a timely death here, and alright, Jar Jar says taps out here. Gonna go to the sideboards. What can Jar Jar bring in here? Honestly, for a green deck, they don't really gain life. I'm not sure which green creatures can gain you a bunch of life, but they're kind of hoping that just kind of the ground creatures will go on the ground a bit, but that doesn't really protect you against the burn spells. Eventually, you will go to 0. So maybe Duresses might be able to come in here. Extra Severs for creature removal, that could come in. On the other side, mono red could bring in all sorts of different cards here. Uh, maybe an extra Pyromaster if they think the game is going to go longer. Lava Coil can take out like Wall of Blossom, like that. Yeah, this red deck's a lot different. It's got its own little touches to it for sure. Like the main deck scrolls, I don't think is like big thing. Only 3 barbarian rings too. That's interesting. I think I'm in the camp of like playing a full 4. I think I'd always want to see like at least one a game, depending on how much like burn spells you want to play. 3, doing 3. Okay. What made you run today? You ran 0 today. Then look what that got you. Hard to activate. We have to play a lot of burn spells. Like a lot of burn spells. Like maybe even like a 16 creature, 24 spell deck or something like that. Look at those 4 tread statuaries. Did I was there. We played a match. I was there. We each drew like 20 lands. To combine, we drew like 20 lands. Probably pick the weakest match out of this top 8. The other matchups are this top 8. Blue Red Wildfire versus Blue White Control. You have Blue Red Tempo versus Esper Ribbons deck piloted by Briar Moss, and then Red White Cycling, the cycling aggro deck, versus Black White Auras, kind of a throwback from the last season. They didn't see a lot of play, but it was a pretty interesting deck. That's your top 8 here. In this matchup here, though, Black Green Recurring Nightmare versus Mono Red. Honestly, the lack of like life gain is kind of interesting, but I guess if your plan is just kind of go with the board, then maybe you don't need a lot of life. What cards even give you life in green? I'm not really sure for creatures. Gotta be some. Run Noble. Maybe they'll get attack in turn 2. We'll see. Maybe not. Apparently that no attack didn't really matter. Ooh, a one-lander. Got hurt. Bolt the bird? Are we bolting the bird? This must have been a spicy one-lander. It was that that promising. It's through here. Skewered. Birds, parasites, and skewered. Only could have been activated if they attacked. It's funny, if they actually could have blocked, they could have. I mean, they would have saved the thing. There's never blocking that point. Alright, a second land does come. So, all is not lost yet. Figure Destiny can probably grow to a 2/2 here, unless there's a 2-drop to be had. Actually, one card that's absent from this list, which is interesting, is there's no strong Stormblood Berserkers in this list. That's a very popular card in the mono red community, but they said went for Chandra's Phoenix, which I mean, just look at the little girl and say why not both? But I don't know. Why not both? Why not both? Just imagine the little girl gif saying, "Why not both?" Or I don't know. I don't know if she actually has a voice. I don't think I've ever like heard that in vocal form. All right, Chain to the Dome. Why not? I'd love to see like a Shriekmaw here. Shriekmaw would be a really great card to see. All right, Wall Blossom's also fine. We're kind of in the same situation from last game. I feel like this was the same scenario. We remember how that game turned out. Right. This is the exact same scenario. Earthshaker gonna shake up the wall here. This is the exact same scenario. It's like we're watching. Is this on repeat? Do not adjust your television. This is the same situation. All right, Jar Jar going down to 7. Yeah, these walls are. I mean, you can't really expect to just play a big wall and hope for the best. Earthshaker Kendra is real. Is a real card. Lot Lift Troll can maybe block some things, and Destiny Spinner is out too. Maybe just looking for some cheap creatures to block with. That's not a bad idea, honestly. This is coming out the board here, this Destiny Spinner. It's pretty good. It does block the Earthshaker pretty well. It's not going to block the figure if it's going to become a 4/4. A couple burn spells though, and this game could be just straight over. Yeah, 2/4/4s are on deck here. The Strong Grumble and the eventual Figure of Destiny, which is just a it's just a Kithkin spirit right now, but it could become a spirit warrior soon. I think this literally is the same game from last time. I feel like this is the same setup, except there wasn't any like cursed scrolls, but it really feels like the exact same game. Okay, webcam. I have a webcam. I've been skewing using it. I haven't shaved since this. I haven't shaved in 43 days, so no one wants to see that. You can see my crazy face in the new emote though. The new emote does carry my face. See my terrible beard. It's looking pretty grim still for this black-green deck here. The Chandra Sphinx can just kind of fly in, and a lot of spells will be kind of unlocked here. Anything from now a Burst Lightning with Kicker, Chain Lightning, something like that. Incinerate to the face. That's going to be it. Monterey's going to win his match. 2-0. Let's just skip to another match. Let's see what's going on here. We have time for another. I can tell you what game this is of the bot is. Looks like it's going to another game. Bot not telling me anything. This is Briar Moss. Looks like it's on to play, so maybe if I have lost the first game, this might be a game 2 against Quelia here. Quelia on blue-red tempo. Previous winner of the APAC tournament that I recorded. Briar Moss on the ribbon stack. Another winner. So 2 winners going at it. Briar Moss has not changed a single card in this list. From my random eye scanning. I don't know. Look. First look, I guess. This blue-red list though is kind of changed. It looks like they're just like trying out a bunch of different cards. It really looks like they're going with a lot of different cards. There's a lot of, I want to say, interesting choices. It's like they're trying out It's like a sampler platter of like blue-red cards right now. That's what I'm looking at right now. I don't want to give up all the secrets, but it's definitely a sampler's platter. You know, it's funny, they didn't have that much burn. Outside of like, I mean, scrolls are like repeated burn, but tough. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the other mono red decks look like, but I would like half burn, half creatures. That's mono red deck I like to play. Wow, these aggressive counter spells on these mana rocks. It's gonna work out. They're missing land drops here. I think Brian wants at least down one game. They took the play of this game, so it's probably game two. Where I'm gonna get some WD-40 from my chair. I will be outside tomorrow. I will be going outside. Maybe. I think I'm going outside tomorrow. So while my trip outside, I can make use of it and get some WD-40. Alright, Demir's Signet's getting negated. A third Signet in a row dealt with. This is a good plan. This is a good plan, honestly. Iron Craig Pyromancer, a new addition from Ikoria for this archetype here, and has a Hypnotic Sprite. I've been really impressed with this card. It's actually really sweet. And it's a rare. No wonder it's so good. Sometimes rares are just really good. This is the fourth Signet? Alright, a Talisman. Talismans are fine. Signets, no. Wow, their hand must have been really dependent on casting these Signets. Firemind's Research, one of the many fun ofs in this deck. In fact, this comes from the sideboard here. When he casts an instant sword his spell, put a charge counter on Research. So 2 counters, draws an extra card, 5 counters, deals 5 damage. Pretty funny with cards like, actually, Firemind's Research and like something like Sylvan Library would be really funny. Sylvan Library makes a lot of cards really funny. Pretty good with like stuff like Frantic Search, things. There's a constant amount of drawing in this red deck. Wow, just the counter strategy here is just not letting Briar Moss do anything. Right, Opt. Main phase Opt gonna trigger the Pyromancer. Yeah, this is kind of where the red deck kind of turns the corner. We got 2 cards left. Brian Moss has a fistful of cards, probably gigantically expensive creatures. They haven't been able to cast because all their signets have been countered. Will this card range resolve? Wow, another mana leak or another neutralize. Wow. So many counters. That's already the 5th counter spell that's been had here. The deck doesn't even play that many counter spells. They only play like 2 neutralizes. Like 2 negates. One of these. This is a one of. Speaking of the buffet platter here, this is a one of. I like drawing a card here with the research. You want to trigger this thing as much as you can. Well, okay, maybe next turn they can just draw 2. If like there's a spell to be resolved. Honestly, if they had like a burn spell here, the game is over. Yeah, that's it. I guess that was a 2-0. A clean 2-0 victory here. Ramos unable to do anything with all their signets taken care of. Try to get one more match in. Okay, I guess we're gonna get to this last match. What's happening here? I can't tell you what game it is, but it is the last match, of course. Saw this before in the Swiss during our breaks. Blue red, blue red wildfire versus blue white control. The flip thematic compass here turns to the spires of a Borazga. So it's pretty good against Aetherling, quite honestly. So they're gonna have to figure out a way of destroying those lands. This blue red deck does play Annex, it does play Pillage, so there's definitely answers to it. But two fires, I don't know. There's also another issue: running out of cards. Take a look here at the blue red deck, the white deck, or both decks in fact. I can tell you, like I said, I couldn't tell you what game it is. Might be game 2, might be game 3. Interesting scenario here. No elixir of immortality. I think it's legal. They're looking to win through an approach to the second sun. Or maybe even Urza's Factory. But approach seems to be like the main route to victory. A little Planeswalker too as well. Gideon Jura could be a win condition. This blue-red deck, though, plays 4 Annex, so maybe lands aren't as big of a deal. And depending on what game this is, it could also bring in game 1. Okay, so a bunch of Annexes to be. Every see their list. TOs can look at all the lists. We have to know. I don't like look at the lists while I'm playing, but all the lists are like. If you're a tournament organizer, you have to see the list because like you have to see if like people are playing illegal cards. That's how we know if you're playing a illegal card or not, because the deck list turns a different color. And it's for like sometimes you have to like sometimes you figure out like sometimes people play different cards. Like wait, why is this card main deck? And some people have like questions about. I've had people ask me like some people were playing like really metagamed decks where they had this like main deck like hate card, and someone really asked me like, is this card really in their main deck? And I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, because it was really like specific. I couldn't tell you the card, but it was really specific. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. Though the blue red deck is really down on time for it being a game 1. According to Tommy Cakes here is in the chat. It's kind of interesting because oh, let's look at the graveyard. So they've got one approach here. It's got one more in the deck. It'd be tough. This might be actually a loss. We'll see. Alright, Aetherling once again is gonna get stuffed by the land. Maze of Ith is really good, I hear. I hear Maze of Ith is really great. There's definitely not enough time to amass a bunch of worker tokens to kill the blue-red player here. Especially when it taps for exactly. Interesting scenario. I mean, the onus is on them to kind of win this game because they only have 7 cards in their deck. However, they've definitely lost a lot of time. The blue-red player has. So, if anything, it's up to them to like get them to kind of play as quickly as they can. It's a weird scenario. Kind of a weird scenario. Peace cover. I'm trying to get 4 more cards back into the library. Negated. We might see some sparks fly here. Is this the counter of Magic War? They've been holding out. Yeah, it's true. It is different. Alright, neutralize. Gonna neutralize the negate here. Right, getting thirsty in response. Maybe you just countered his thirst. I don't. Ooh, found a mana leak. Could pay for it. Still. They put a hand on a hand thing. That's something. Wait, I can do something too. Alright, all that thing you said, the pyroclasm does not resolve. But its approach will. So this would mean the game would be over soon. In 7 turns. In 7 more turns, Tommy Cakes would win this if they cast another approach. If they draw that other approach again. If they dragged out this game as long as they could. Right. Annex. Taking the Urza's Factory, actually. They can still try to push through the damage, I imagine, is their kind of game plan. They're going to try to win this. They're going to have to go through damage. Funny enough, they didn't actually destroy the guild gate. I guess they want, like, mana? I'm not really sure. I guess the guild gate gives them 1 blue mana to exile. Maybe just a mistap. But 2 lands that do remain, though, are the Spires. Definitely are going to stay there. They're definitely not getting sacrificed. I don't know. Honestly, there are some games that seem unwinnable. I think this is one of them. Alright, they just had a second approach. Alright, that's it. I might have conceded like 3 minutes ago. Alright, they're contemplating this. They've already cast one once. Maybe they're contemplating just conceding the entire match. I'm not really sure. There'd have to be some lag issues. I had to imagine because you couldn't really counter it, which you can't. And I don't know why you'd wait another like 15 seconds. Every second counts. We all know this. Alright. It looks like they're going to concede that match, so we will be here for the top 8. We'll be done with the top 8 with this. On to the top 4. Right. We are back with the top 4 of the TDM tournament here, Intro Mondays. We've got the blue-red tempo deck from Qualia versus Qualia? Figure that out. Versus black white auras from Dice Shuffler here. This is deck kind of a throwback from season 15. Didn't really see a lot of it, but it's kind of based around things like Hateful Eidolon and it's basically Hateful Eidolon. It's probably the best card in here, but it's weird. It doesn't have a lot of like updates from this season, so maybe it's just kind of a blast from the past. Hateful Eidolon, basically, the creature says it's a lifelink creature, 1/2, 1 mana, black mana. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura attached to it. So you could use things like Mire's Grasp, which gives a creature Mighty Superior use an aura that kind of draw a card off that. If their creature dies with auras on it, then you can draw cards off of it. This guy, Extra from Black, not the actual same as Protection from Black, a bit different. So I guess your opponent's creatures can't kill them with black cards, but it gets a little bigger. This is a strange deck, but it's interesting that they made it into the top 4. Like, it's not really like a heroic deck. It's not really. It's basically an all that glitters deck. If I have to look at it, because every creature outside of Knight of Grace is basically an enchantment. So Knight of Grace is pretty good at this kind of, or all that glitter is pretty good at making your creature really big. Here's a Hateful Aura, Hateful Eidolon, and get met with a mana leak here. The inside blue-red deck, like I mentioned before, it's just kind of a smorgasbord of blue and red cards. The main ones being like Electrolyze, Mana Leak, Opt, and then everything else are 3s and 2s and 1s of. That's when you're chaining through your deck, you can kind of just like play with the numbers here. The aforementioned Opt, probably digging for a land, a main phase sort of card. Someone else in Discord called Maze of It, Fires of Workhouse, Maze of It with mana. Not really Maze of It, is it? Yeah, this is the time to kind of like sort of enchant up this creature. One thing absent, they do have a couple of these, but not like a lot of like 1 mana burn spells. So that was a good opportunity to put a Gift of Resolve on this hexproof creature, or not hexproof from black. Sure. Although that text is kind of irrelevant. Oh yeah, the Mana Compass is good. It's a good card for sure. You always want to hit land drops, so it also eventually turns into something really very useful. Alright, 30 life the black-white deck is, and no answer in sight for the blue-red deck for the card. Electride's gonna go to the dome. Looking for an answer. There are answers to this scenario here. Sure. They just don't have them. Alright, Iron Crag is a good way of sort of killing this 4-3. You can just cycle a card simply. Oh, no, just an Ominous Seas. Ominous Seas is another little fun of. New addition here from Ikoria. When you draw a card, put a Foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Get 8 counters off, and you get an 8-8 Kraken. Also cycles itself. I think Response Orzhov Charm taking out the Iron Crag. It costs a 4 life. I like that play. Kind of helps them. Oh, an Ace Lid is going to protect this Knight. And they're going to need 2 counter spells, or 2 spells here to take care of the Knight of Grace. This is an interesting scenario. Funny, I never would have thought the blue red deck would be in this situation, but here they are. Unable to deal with the 4-3, despite the format, being able to kill tons of X3s, especially when you're in red, and there's 0 Chain Lightnings in this deck. Alright, a Dose and a Protection though, or Perfection, can block this guy, but not really effectively. The Knight does have First Strike. I just like crashing in here. I would totally just crash in here with this Knight of Grace. Myers Grasp, why not? The block wasn't even like that beneficial to him anyway. They attack with the Ace Lid? I don't like that. That seems like a great trade for the blue-red player here. I do not like that attack. This means that only 1 spell is really needed to take out this 4-3. But there's a response. Karametra's Blessing gives the enchantment creature hexproof and indestructible, and +2/+2, so playing 4D chess out here, while all of us here are playing checkers. I don't see a way out of this. You're gonna have literally 2 burn spells for this Knight. And one is gonna have to be an instant to respond to the Ace Lid activation. Crackling Drake not gonna be enough. If the Aura's deck was cheeky enough, they can just kind of make it pro red and attack in. That would lead to a 2-for-1 though in response. If they had like an Incinerate or a Fire Prophecy, something like that. So maybe the safe play is just to attack. Right, all that glitters. I don't actually like it on the Knight of Grace. I actually would have put it on the Ace Lid. That way the attack would have been pretty lethal. But they don't have a burn spell for it, which means that this game is probably over. That was a good test. Maybe it was a good test to put it on the to put the all that glitters on the Knight, because then if they have a burn spell for it, if they have a removal spell, you can just respond to it. So probably a better call. Just use the all that glitters as a bait. Right. I misspoke when I said there wasn't really updates to this black-white deck, and they have one update in their sideboard is Archon of Sun's Grace. The I guess I have to say it's a Mirror's Angel for enchantments. That's Constellation, it makes pigs as tokens. So Lifelink pigs as tokens. Oh, why do they have Lifelink too? I don't know why, but do. On the other side, I would just load up removal spells for this black-white deck. Another Incinerate, Repeal seems pretty great against creatures that are kind of stacking up here. Blue-red deck is just like, I guess there's like different ways of like building decks. Sometimes I really like building decks with like multiples of cards. I rarely play one ofs and two ofs like this, unless I really know I can like get them in a timely manner. Other people just really love one ofs. Some people just love like that kind of like, okay, I got this card at the right time, so it's gonna be so good. Alright, game two, blue-red deck's gonna be on the play. Contemplating this. Mulligan to 5, they say. Actually, that was the earlier match. This time they kept the 7. That was game 1. I guess no wonder they couldn't keep up with it. Alright, turn 1 peak. Do we all get the look, or they just get the look? I think it's there for MTGO. They don't get to reveal the hand. I guess peeking is just for that player. I guess like the rest reveals hand. Alright, turn 1 Hateful Eidolon. Kind of the namesake card that I think makes this deck really good. It's really interesting how this blue-red deck doesn't kill things as well as a red deck would. It's very like controlling, kind of like card draw heavy. Kind of like a lot of different things going on. It's definitely in the top 4 for like a good reason because it did beat out. It hasn't lost a match yet. So, but maybe the flexibility is what makes it really good. Right, Ace Little Icebound can get countered here. Good counter. It will prevent future savings of the black white deck's creatures. Alright, Pyroclasm's a 1-for-1. I think that's fine. You don't want that creature to get any auras on it, so I think that Pyroclasm is pretty fine there. We have all the gain lands. Every color's got a gain land. Every color combination is good for them. Thanks, Ikoria. Turn 3 Iron Crag. Pretty good start to ending this game. Blue red deck is full of like cantrips, cycling lands, things like that, so the Iron Crag will get activated very much. Vanishing Light gonna take out the Pyromancer. Alright, Archon gets mana leaked. That's a big mana leak there. That's Archon's really annoying to deal with. Pumps out little enchantments or Pegasi with every enchantment you play, which is pretty much every card in the deck. Right, Sentinel Eye is pretty actually decent enchantment. Kind of Escape is actually a really interesting mechanic here. I think he's coming back more. This is one of the cheaper escape cards, so pretty good, especially in this deck. Ooh, we got a counter spell here, war here. Hammerach's Blessing, pretty great at protecting all the creatures deck. Yeah, I think Blessing is one of the payoffs of playing all these like enchantment creatures. But this repeal is going to take out the Hateful Eidolon. That's a tough repeal. I guess if you had another Blessing, it'd be pretty strong. Just thinking about it. Okay, gives them Hexproof. Hexproof and Indestructible and a Pump Spell is a lot for one card. It's actually a whole lot to give for 1 mana. Power creep. It's just power creep. The Blue deck's kind of like fizzled out a little bit. They've drawn all their like kind of reactive spells, but no card drawing. First Lightning Kicker though, gonna take out Eidolon, but it's gonna get herself replaced. The new card. Maybe this is where blue red deck turns the corner here. Board is empty for the black white deck, but the blue red deck does not really have cards in their hands. Pass. Alright, Opt is gonna pump up this Vandal to a 2/3. Desperate Ravings, another pump for the Fairy Vandal here on the end step of Thigh Shuffler. I'm actually surprised they don't play like 4 Desperate Ravings. I think it's like really good. I think it's really good for their deck. Especially with like you have cards like Iron Crag, you can just keep triggering it every turn. I think that's when the deck really like kind of goes off, so to speak. Another Desperate Ravings. Fairy Vandal's now 4/5. It's a big guy. This guy's getting too big to handle eventually. The black-white deck doesn't really have a ton of answers to like a bigger creature. In fact, any creatures really. There's like a single Orzhov charm and like things like Myers Grasp can only kill like O3s here or 3/3s. Vanishing Light is one of the answers, but they only have two. The saddest idol on Connell's Ballad to ever seen. It is a lowly 1/1. It's a lowly 1/1. But I guess you have to enchant something, right? So they probably have an enchantment to put on it, like the Sentinel Eyes from the graveyard here, escaping. Alright, Incinerate means just game here. We're gonna go to game 3 against this blue-red deck versus the Aura deck. How are we doing on the floor here? I think the other match is still going on. Yeah, the other side is a blue-white control versus mono-red. Tommy Cakes is the blue-red player. They're getting price of progress over there. Alright, game 3 here. Turn 1, Ace Love Lifebound gets Burst Lightning down. Turn 2, Brain Maggot. We haven't seen any of these Brain Maggots yet. Oh, I guess we have the floor report here. First Duck 2-1 over Tommy Cake. So Monterey in the finals. Going to see the winner of this match. So Brain Maggot kind of reveals double Mana Leak, Fairy Vandal. He decides to take a Mana Leak. Interesting call. I think I would have taken the Fairy Vandal. They were having one more counterspell in their hand, so you might as well take their creature. That way you can attack with like you can keep attacking with the Fairy Vandal or the Maggot. Hateful Island gonna sneak in while there's no more counter magic to be had from blue red player. The Sentinel Eyes and the Brain Maggot. This is actually a really good setup for the black white deck. So even if this Brain Maggot dies, they'll get a little bit of value from the Hateful Eidolon. They drew Swiftwater Cliffs. You can tell because the you know the rest of their hand, so it's interesting to. Not that it's not much play into just kind of like withholding information like that, but is a Gilgate could have been played and you would have known what's in there. Right, the Acelet does not get mana leaked. That's very interesting. Right, these decks can come in, no problem. Even if the Fairy Vandal flashes in, they can block the 1-2. It's not really a big deal. They'll gain a life in the process. So that exchange is just fine. Alright, peek. We won't get to see their hand. It's not a revealed thing for us to view, but Qualia here will get a look. The 2-card hand. It does come down. 1 card left, 2 cards rather. 1 card being a mana leak, the other card an unknown. Peak was actually a pretty good card for Qualia because now the 2/3 Vandal can hold down these hold off these 2/2s. Really, the creatures are pretty anemic, honestly, on the black-white side. They really rely on like and all that glitters. But we all know that there's a mana leak on Qualia's side, so you can't just kind of jam this card in without duressing your opponent first. All right, Wars of Charm is going to take out the Fairy Vandal. This declining to mana leak. Interesting call. Archon is going to get mana leaked into Oblivion. There's no way they can let this resolve. Right. Oh, in response to Burst Lightning, all the shields are down. Um, but it is going to replace itself here. A mana leak for the Archon, of course. I feel like the patience of that. Basically, does cost 1 mana to activate. And there's no other like Karamech's Blessing to kind of play around. Sentinel Eye is going to go onto the Acelet. 1 card left for Qualia. So it could be. Sentinel Eye is one of the cheaper escape cards, like I mentioned earlier. It's actually really good in these kind of like heroic style decks. Or these aura decks. It keeps coming back. It reminds me of what is that 1 card? You give like +1/+0 flying. Griffspoon. Griffspoon's like amazing. Yeah, I actually would have liked to centralize on the Hateful Eidolon, if anything, because that card gave you a bit more value. But the Acelet does gain some life here with the lifelink. You draw another Archon. Okay, Island of Countless Battles on the Acelet. Annulled. And this blue-red deck deal with a 2/2. Time will tell. Big all that glitters. As creature is actually pretty massive, and blue red has a really hard time dealing with these kinds of threats. They're gonna need something like a repeal to kind of get rid of it. Alright, Hypnotic Sprite gonna have to get into the way of this large ace lid. Really the saddest use of a Hypnotic Sprite. Well, the black white deck might keep going to the finals. It's gonna be a tough one. Oh, another all that glitters, just pouring it on. Now a 10-10. If I had to guess the last card is probably the Blessing. It would be just like the perfect card to have. Just because they have no fear over this. Lower deck looks like they kind of flooded out a little bit, but for a mono red, yeah, it's going to be a big lifelinker. We'll see. Oh, all right, black white auras onto the final. It's going to face mono red in the final. Interesting, interesting. All right, we're on to the finals of our Pain Triple Monday tournament. B. Mono red, red deck wins versus black white auras. I think black auras is a big surprise to me, at least. I wouldn't really expected this to be in the finals. Mono red, I mean, solid deck. You know, can beat anyone. Why not? But this Aura's deck has kind of gone through the gauntlet of people. Only lost one match to Control, Blue Eye Control, but I was dispatched by this mono red deck. Turn one Scroll, always a good start. I do love Curse of Scroll, it's just a really strong card. Turn one Bounty, though. Lifelinker is a big deal. Let's see if the mono deck has a kind of removal spell for it. Chain Lightning gonna take out the Ace Lid before it can do any damage. And stop will follow up. Myers Grasp takes out the Strong Noble. Myers Grasp pretty good in this matchup, honestly. None of the matchups it looked a little bit anemic, but in this matchup it's very strong. Basically a 2-mana removal spell for any creature out of the mono red deck. Pyromancer dealing 2. Black white deck. Getting its value before it maybe dies. Okay. Another Grasp. Wow. The Sorcerer Speed sort of removal spell is pretty strong. Really, if they had something like a Hateful Island, I could see it just like really going off. Right, Chandra's Phoenix, a little harder to kill. Still a 2/2, but it does come back for more and more every turn. Phoenix crashes in for another 2. Uh, Black White deck doesn't have a lot of like flying defense, at least in the main deck. This Phoenix is probably going to go unopposed for a while. the other hand, though, they also just need a creature to kind of put on the battlefield. A lot of this deck can be about, like other heroic decks, a lot of it can be about just kind of like drawing all your sort of like enchantments, like your all that glitters, your sentinel eyes. But if you don't have a creature to put it on, then they're kind of just useless cards. Alright, Scroll's gonna roll the dice here on the scroll. 3 cards in hand. Almost all 3 cards are the same, though. We don't know the percentages. They name Secure the Critics, or they showed Secure the Critics. What do they name? They name Burst Lightning. So that's at least 2 cards in their hand. Burst Lightning, Secure the Critics. Good spot to be in if you're a good mono red player. 2 burn spells for the next 2 creatures. Right, Native Grace. No good at blocking the Chandra's Phoenix, but can get some offense going. If there's any way to win this game, it's going to be through offense. Right, Burst Lightning, though, is going to take out the Knight. Not sure if I agree with this. It really doesn't matter. And plus, they have this blessing here. I think you'd rather just go to the face here. You want to end this game as soon as you can. Ooh, but they're going to go for it. They're going to just try to kill this guy. Alright, double burst lighting. It doesn't feel good to do that. Because see, now you could have just like gone straight to the head. They would have gone to like 6, 4, 4 with the Chandra's Phoenix. And then we know you have a skewers. They would have been at 1. And then maybe a barbering just kills them right there. So I don't know. The math was definitely for mono red in that scenario. They're gonna like they're gonna like double burst, go to 6. Um 4 with the attack of the Phoenix, one with the skewer the critics with the spectacle, and then the last point of damage would have came from the barbed ring. But still a commanding lead. Still a commanding position though. Alright, but Mono Red's gonna take that first game. Best of 3 against Black White Auras. They're pretty fortunate. I think Mono Red's had the right amount of like mix of spells and creatures. At the board here. Satyr Fire Dance is really true to this Mono Red deck. A good way to deal with the creatures and still go to the face. I actually really like this card a lot. So Fire Dancer probably gonna be included somehow. On the other side, I don't know. Maybe they can play for a late game with like this Arcana Sunsphere. That's have lifelink. Gives Pegasus creatures lifelink, so kind of a card to look out for. It's getting pretty late. It's almost 1 a.m. 1 a.m. was a long time for a Paint Journal Monday tournament. We had just like thoughtful players. Thoughtful is the keyword. We did watch actually a lot of like decks go to timeouts. Could be connection issues. Could be just like new to MTGO. Um, But yeah, but we got like 40 people today, so that was a lot of people. Hard to wrangle, but did a good job trying to report as quickly as they can. Our Toronto figure, a pretty good card, honestly. A lot of people doubted this card, but I think it's actually just like really strong. It's good like mana sink for mono red, kind of top decking. But overall, like 1 mana 2/2s are pretty great. I guess it's like a 2 mana 2/2. I figure getting pumped up here. It's gonna attack for 2. Honestly, I'd like to see this with 4/4 as soon as you can, because one of the main removals, Mire Grass, cannot like kill it. So maybe turn 3, maybe we can see just a 4/4. Alright, Hateful Eidolon. Ooh, this might be the setup here. Unless the mono red has a burst lightning. There's a Mire's Grasp. Ooh, I guess I do have the burst lightning in response to take out the Hateful Island. So there's gonna be no drawing. Probably good. Pretty good for the red deck. Tough to lose your creature, but at least they don't get a card out of it. Turn 3, no response. Maybe all just packing like removal spells, burn spells. There's an Archon of Sun's Grace throughout the board. This is going to be a tough guy to deal with. 3/4 flying lifelink, kind of the perfect kind of stats you want on a creature, but also gives the added bonus of making Pegasus with lifelink. Card from Theros Beyond Death? I don't know. Alright. Gonna be met with Burst Lighting Incinerate? Yeah, you kind of have to do it. You kind of have to do that. Can't let that guy roam free. Alright, 5 lands with a mono red deck. Not really a place you want to be at, honestly. Kick some Burst Lightnings, but this is a lot of lands. Alright, Knight of Grace. It's gonna come. Such a weird card to see in this deck anyway. I saw in the previous seasons too, they had Knight of Grace. It wasn't. I guess it was good at the time because, like, you know, Mono Black Devotion was a big deck, but now it just seems out of place. It seems really weird. And most of Mono Black's removal in that deck was usually like Gatekeepers. The Hexproof from Black is not the same as like Protection from Black for sure. Lava Coil, gonna take out the Knight. Again, a lot of removal from the red deck, but no creatures though, so the life totals are still pretty much the same from the start. Not a really good spot to be in if you're mono red. You want to start applying pressure to your opponent. They can't draw out of their scenario. Same time, you kind of don't want to like throw burn spells at their face either. You can't let the black-white deck kind of just play a creature and put a bunch of stuff on it. So patience is definitely the virtue here. Both decks exchanging land drops. Alright, here's an Aesolid, Life's Bounty. Probably ready to wear all these auras. But probably, Mono Red probably ready to just disrupt all that as well. Right, Incinerate's gonna come down for the Mono Red player against his Aesolid. Alright, Hateful Eidolon gonna get enchanted with Sentinel Eyes. This is the big ticket though, you wanna kind of keep this alive. Burst Lightning. Oh man. Surprised they kind of went for it there. I guess they have no other choice. Ton of burn spells. They had one creature and 6 burn spells for and Curse Scroll, finally, some sort of clock. Wow, so many lands for the black-red deck, or black-white deck. It seems kind of rough. Rough draw. Banishing Light. Good answer to the scroll. Everyone just kind of just had tons of like responses to everything. Right, rolling the dice here with the Curse Scroll. This can be good or bad. You can kind of figure out what it's in the hand. Right, Slagstorm was the name, or Scepter was the reveal. The name was Slagstorm. So they got the hit there. Slagstorm, interesting actually card. The sideboard here on a red. 7 lands. 7 lands versus the 8 for the black one. Oh man, who would have thought this was going to drag out sort of grindy fight? Mono red deck up a game here. Draws another land. Where are the creatures? Where is the interaction? Or where is the offense here? They've had plenty of interaction, trust me. They've interacted with each other for days, but still gotta end the game somehow. Oh, land after land for both players. I mean, they're building up cards in their hand. Sure, it's like comical at this point. It's very comical. 10 lands? This red deck only plays like 21, 20, 22 lands. The black white deck also plays 22 lands. Half them are here. This is rough. This is such a rough game to watch. I can't lie. It's like so many lands. Wow. It's either like they're like unwilling to budge, or they're just literally unlucky, or they're building up their resources. 12 lands. Or they're just trolling us. This is why the tournament took forever, by the way. We're hitting 6 hours here. You like pseudo aggro, or one is an aggro deck, one's like a pseudo aggro deck, and they're just dropping lands. Land go, land go. Man has been tapped. Figure of Destiny. It's a big guy. Like, I get really big. Like I said, this is why this card's good. When you flood out here. Yeah, I kind of like pumping this up now. Like I said, most of the removal spells are sort of sorcerer speed. They can easily get it to like a 6 or an 8/8. They have flying first strike 8/8. It would be a shame for Seeking Banishing Lighted, but maybe don't pump all your mana into this right now. It's an instant speed thing, so you kind of do that whenever you feel like it. Right, there is a Myers Grasp. Goes back to a 1/1. Could grow to like a 5/5 here with the last activation. I would definitely just pay 3 life to do this, or 2 life, or 8 mana to do it. 6. It's 6 mana. I've never actually gotten a Figure of Destiny to an 8/8 before. Oh, yep, the Flying Beast is here. Flying First Strike. 5/5, not an 8/8, thanks to the Myers Grasp. Finally, we're gonna see an attack into the red zone for 5. Only after 20 turns has a creature actually attacked. Amazing. What an amazing game. Alright, this is also a lesson to tell you that if you're in a black deck, you should probably pack some removal spells. I mean, they might have had a ton of removal spells, but this is the one instance where it just wasn't as good. Because, like, this Earthshaker is, like, really good here. Like Mario Draft is good against Earthshaker, but it's going to come back as a 4/4, so this mono red deck certainly has tons of legs. This game could be over really quickly, actually. There's 3 Barbarings, are all active, so that's represents 6 damage. This could be game right here, honestly. Opponent's at 8, 3 Barbering activations, gotta be some burn spell in the hand. Or how many burn spells are there? We know there's a Slagstorm in the hand, so it's probably just game. Like Slagstorm players, 3 Barbarings, that's it, right? That's it. A Slobber Knocker here, but the Depressed Suck's gonna win with Mono Red. 21 turns. What's up, guys? It's your boy Jimmy here, back with the final thoughts on the Blue White YOSEI deck. With 3 and 2, I really messed up one game. I still think about it against the Storm deck, but I haven't played the deck in a while, so I think for the most part, I think I can make a lot of changes to this deck. I think that I don't think I need to play Eldrazi Sky Spawner, honestly. I think I can. I think when I initially played this deck, it was really good at just like, I guess 2 mana counterspells weren't really a thing. Mana Leak has not really been good to like the earlier seasons or the latest seasons. So I think if I want to bridge the gap, I can actually just counter my way through things and kind of just try to draw cards that, through like Anticipates, Fact Fictions, whatnot. So while this card's good at making mana and blocking, I don't think it's actually really necessary. Rush Cleric was fine, but I think with cards like Earthshaker Kendra, it's not really going to block as much as you think. Guard Mage is great. Obviously, YOSEI, Captain Counterpart. I don't know what the plan is here with like Mirror. I like Mirror Mockery a lot. I think it's like really good. And if I go with like a more counterspell route, like after you play a YOSEI, if you get to untap, you have 6 mana up. You can definitely have Mirror Mockery and have a bunch of like Dovin's Vetoes or negates, counterspells, whatever. So that might be a plan. Maybe VAT seemed to be like the clunkiest card, though it is pretty good. I might go to 1 if I'm cutting creatures, or maybe 0. I'm not really sure. At least 1. I think at least 1 is good. I do like Vizier a lot. I like Vizier almost more than Mimic Bat sometimes. Like they kind of go together, but I like Vizier, and having Counterpart is always at least a 2-up for me. But yeah, I'm looking to mix up kind of the spells a little bit. Gideon Juro is great. I mean, Gideon's always great as a card in general. But yeah, I think it takes more like polished gameplay for myself to make this deck really good. I will look into like maybe playing mid-deck counter spells, mana leaks, Doan's Veto, maybe things like that. I like the sideboard mostly. I think it was like a little too much against like combo decks, and I still lost to a combo deck. But yeah, still fun deck. I'm gonna work on it a bit more. Obviously, like all the lists that I have early on, they're unpolished, but that's what the season's for. We just kind of keep working on that. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. If you're watching this, why haven't you hit the subscribe button already? You got this far, so just hit that subscribe button. And there'll be more deck to come. So thanks guys for watching. And take care of yourselves.